Hello and welcome to Tech Savvy. My name is Gus. I am here to give you basic information just concerning about computer tower. This in particular tower is a Hewlett-Packard workstation XW6200 standard. This is more of a server CPU. As you can see, there's no connections in the back for any VGA monitor, but we will get further into instructing how you can put a VGA on this computer. Now, basic information here you will see. Here normally goes your CD-ROM. Your CD-ROM drives here, okay, and down here you will find your standard USB ports, headphone jack, and another jack which I'm not really sure right now. Microphone, I'm sorry, and your FireWire connection. This is your power button. It's usually displayed by a circle with a line going through it. Okay. Here's your ventilation shaft for this computer in particular. Now in the back here you will see that it comes with your standard fans for your computer ventilation. These are your other fans for your computer ventilation, but these often tend to cool off the processor. This one typically has 3 fans. This is more of your power supply fan for this particular computer. Okay, here's where you connect your AC connection and your light to show that your power is working on the computer. On the back here you will find 6 USB ports, your network connections, your Ethernet. Okay, here you connect your Ethernet connections. Here are your audio connections, your headphones and microphone. Here up top you will find the old style keyboard and mouse. Normally you want to get them USB now. It's typically better for a computer. These pins tend to bend if you disconnect or connect too many times. And these are your visual outputs. As I said, there's no VGA connection on here. Normally you would put here a video card so you can connect to a VGA or DVI connection. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the inside of this computer. This one in particular has a key. This is normally used for a server computer. Okay, so you can lock this opening so nobody can access it from this opening here. Now, this computer, you just pull the handle, take the lid off. Here for a minute. Okay, standard, if you've never seen the inside of a computer, this probably looks like just a bunch of wires connected. But in reality, it's a very intelligent design for a computer in itself, okay? First thing I want to show you is here you will find the CD-ROM casing where you can put your CD-ROM here for the outside here where you can access your CD-ROM. This computer, the motherboard actually burnt out on it. I'm getting it replaced now. But this is a dual processor, 2 processors in this computer. Xeon processors 3.8. This is an older computer. You won't really find these in the market anymore. That's why I really haven't tossed it. Here's where your hard drives would normally go in. This is your slots for your hard drive. Okay, this particular hard drive is an eSATA connection. As you can see here, if I get closer, your eSATA connection is here, and this is your battery connection on this particular hard drive. Here's where you can set the pins for either master or slave. Okay, if you've never seen a hard drive, this one in particular is a Seagate. I'm sorry about the glare. You can't really just blur it out a little bit. This one is a Seagate 250 gigabyte drive. Okay, this is a standard hard drive. Your chipboard in the back, your connections here like I explained earlier. Okay. Now this computer only takes IDE connection, but this hard drive, I was experimenting some stuff on it, and I use it as a just to learn different softwares or for downloading or erasing, formatting, etc. Here also you will find that here's your two processors. There's already a Xeon processor in this one, and there's a slot for the other one. Okay, here is an eSATA connection. It really doesn't belong there. Here you will find the battery. This is your BIOS battery. Okay, if you ever need to reset your BIOS, you normally just take this watch battery out for about 10 seconds and then put it back in and restart your computer. Here's your PCI Express and PCI slots. Here's where your video card would normally go. I had an NVIDIA 1 gigabyte card here on this computer when I was using it as my server. And here's your PCI slots. Normally these are outdated now, but you can still find like Ethernet connections or telephone connections for these slots. Okay, these are your RAM memory slots. Okay, these RAM memory, this computer in particular takes 18 gigabytes with a 64-bit operating system. Normally on a 32-bit operating system, I think the max on a Windows 7 is 4 gigabytes. That's basically the stuff you need to know right now for the inside of a computer. If you would ever need to change your RAM or add more RAM to your computer, you would turn it off, unplug it from the back there, and make sure that you have no static electricity near you. If you have static gloves, even better. And you would open these crimpers or jacks, and you would open them up and slide the card in, making sure that it aligns with the pins. Normally DDR1, 2, or 3 SRAM, they have different lengths on the slot or the tooth where you can actually slide it in. Okay, make sure you double check before you actually force it down, or it could damage your RAM card. Okay, well, once you open these little brackets here, you would just put the card on top and you give it a little bit of force evenly, and you will hear it snap into place. Normally you want to make sure, like I said, that those pins line up with the card and that the card is facing in the right direction. Okay, here you will find your fans for the cooling of your inside the computer and your connections that are located on the outside of the computer. Some coils here for different power usage. That's about basically the inside of a computer. I will get into further detail for engineers once the videos get to that part. These right here are your IDE connections for either your CD-ROM or your hard drive. This is your power connectors. Okay, this one in particular goes for an eSATA, and then you have here your regular standard connector for your either CD-ROM or hard drive, depending on the hard drive or equipment you're using. And this is your power supply. If you open your computer up, you normally want to have it off unless you're testing some cooling equipment. If not, try not to, if you have to have it on, try not to touch this too closely. It does tend to give a nasty shock if you're either barefooted or not prepared for it. Okay, so, and also try not to touch too much of the inside of your computer if you don't have any static gloves. That prevents you from giving static to the computer and damaging your operating system or your computer itself. My mistake on this one, I didn't know it was running still, and I unplugged it and it burnt the motherboard. So this motherboard is quite expensive, even though it's not really made anymore. So I'm waiting for it to come in so I can replace it. I will show videos of how to replace the motherboard once I get that motherboard. Well, right now, thank you for watching. If you have any other questions, you can go ahead and send me a comment or an email. Please subscribe and have a good day. Any requests, I will also do videos on any requests you put on my YouTube page. Thank you very much for watching. Again, my name is Gus, and this is Tech Savvy. Have a good night.